Yeah, if you're working for a living, no matter what you do, I wrote this one for you on my break, just in case the boss is watching. Buzzing, blaring, alarm needs a beating. Wanna roll over and sleep till the evening, but these bills won't pay themselves, so I hit the shower. Gotta be at the job in less than an hour. Shirt gets a smell test, make sure it's got a collar. Pack up my lunch, cause I only got $1. Healthy breakfast for the kids, oops, changed my shirt. Pinky waves for all, then it's off to work. U-turn, coming back for a minute. Left my briefcase in the closet and there's paperwork in it. Now I'm sitting in traffic, this commute perturbs. Why'd I get a job downtown and buy a house in the burbs? I pull into the lot, got my coffee, I'm ready. Keep eyes downcast, get past Chatty Betty. Sit down at my desk, now I'm ready to go. Man, I may not be the boss or the CEO, but there's a couple of things that I think you ought to know. I'll only surf the web for a minute or so, and I won't complain that the internet is slow, cause when you hired me, man, you hired a pro. I gotta
get that bacon and bring it home. This desk chair is as good as a throne. Nose to the grindstone, work my fingers to the bone. Watch me work it out, memo says I'm in the zone. I may not be the MVP, but I work well with others, even Grumpy Steve. Stop by my cubicle and I think you'll agree, there's no one up in here working harder than me.
Grousing, griping, I guess I could be grumbling. The job ain't always fun, there's people always bumbling. The only thing jamming some days is the printer. They keep it so cold up in here, it's always winter. Burnt the popcorn again, the smell fills the building. Overlap or near, but hey man, I'm chilling as I calmly reload the paper in the copier 10th time today. These peeps can't be much sloppier. Meetings, these things can be a beating. The same things over and over, repeating. But I'm listening well with my paper and pen. Good eye contact, keep the doodles to a minimum. Whatever they throw at me, I'll handle it. Computer stops working again, I dismantle it, cause I'm a team player. I think outside the square, I don't raise the roof, I raise the value of our shares. When my task list stacked into the ozone layer, it may take some work. Colleague, I ain't scared, watch out, I'm shutting down solitaire. Get down, step back, about to get busy up in here.
Won't catch me slacking, just check that flag. Don't steal from the office and that's a fact. One time I took a stapler, but I brought it back. I'm working real hard, making sure we're in the black. If you work hard, you're just like me. Facebook and Twitter really on your screen. Ain't got no fortune like a king or a queen. Gotta take care of business, gotta make that green.
Can you fill those out for me in triplicate? Thanks.
Sure. I'd like a raise and a promotion, a 401k that's bigger than the ocean, less taken out for health and dental, a supervisor who's less temperamental.
You just finished listening to the Walk Rap. Yes, it's the #1 online radio station, Lagoon Radio. You're listening to the #1 online radio station in Nigeria. We're broadcasting from the very heart of Lagos Marina. Good morning and welcome to today's episode of the HR Show. To join the conversation, follow us on all our social media platforms on Facebook, IG, and Twitter at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Facebook is at Lagoon Radio, on Twitter, and on Instagram is at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. And to listen to the live broadcast, don't forget to download the app on your Google Play Store. To listen to the live broadcast from where you are in the world, download the app on your Google app or iOS store to listen to us. You can also visit our website, www.LagoonRadio.Ng. You can also call us on 081-8952-4666. I repeat, 081-8952-4666 to be a part of the show today. It's the HR Show on Lagoon Radio, the show that solely seeks after the welfare of the workplace, that is between the employee and the employer, not exempting all our CEOs and the organization itself. If you're a CEO, if you're an employee, employer, this is the show for you. It is the HR Show. My name is Olumakaiye, and we'll be playing this one by Timmy Dakolo singing Everything. When we get back, we'll be moving straight into what I have for you today. Don't go nowhere, still Lagoon Radio.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Everything you put your hand go walk, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go be. Amen. Every hustler getting paid. Where the hustle go come to pay. Your own in no go take. Amen. If you don't find work to your own, God self go do his own. And flesh go cover bone. Amen. Amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen. 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 Everything you put your hand go on. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go on. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Sister where one man sings until where they find begin. One day you go born twins. Amen. Amen. You're not well on losing job. Landlord come they do like God. One day you go be landlord. Amen. Amen. Good news go locate you. Watch and see it not go take. If you believe it, say amen. No. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen.
Welcome back. You're still on to HR Show here on Lagoon Radio. You just finished listening to Everything You Put Your Hands Go Walk by Timmy Dakolo. Today we'll be discussing on the topic which says you, your work, and your mental health. Yes, these are three compound topics that we'll be dividing and digesting fully in the next 1 hour. So I implore you to sit back, take a chill pill, and ride with me. So yes, it's going to be a very conversational one because we definitely relate to everything that I'm going to be saying here today. So I'd like to ask you, how many hours do you spend from waking up to getting to work, to leaving work, to getting back home? How many hours of your day do you spend? If you know you're listening to me right now, go to our social media page, Facebook, Lagoon Radio, at Instagram and on Twitter, Lagoonradio.Ng. Drop your comment because I really want to know how many hours of your day you spend on the road, on your way to work, on your way back, and you know how many hours. So according to research, my research actually, the average human spends approximately 18 hours in the workplace and within the workplace. That is from the time you wake up. I still have my producer with me and she's going to be sharing one or two conversational somethings. So yes, I have with me Simidele Okay, and she's a mom and she's a worker. So she's gonna be sharing with me a schedule from waking up to closing time to get So Simi, what time do you wake up?
Actually, I'm supposed to be producing. I'm not supposed to say anything.
I know, right?
When you said she's a worker, I thought you wanted to add Olik. Okay, basically, let me say from the time I sleep, I'm not really a talented sleeper, really. But basically, I struggle to get out of bed by 5:30.
Okay, so let's take 5:30.
Yeah.
What time do you get to work?
I get to work before 8.
Before
8.
8.
Yeah.
What time do you close from work?
I close from work around 6:37 p.m.
6:37. What time do you get home?
Depending on the situation of the traffic, at
Give and
times
take.
Give and take maybe 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Sometimes 8:30, but let's just say 8 p.m.
So if you're going to put all of this calculation of hours, we have far more than 10 hours.
And basically, I don't even sleep before 11
you
p.m.
get-
I don't sleep
so-
before 11 p.m.
It is well with us in Nigeria as a whole.
So I think mine
Everywhere
is
now.
more than 18 hours.
Imagine. So I actually just approximated. That's why I said approximately 18 hours. So it's very important to note that your work, your time, everything, it consumes a lot of your 24 hours in a day. So it's and that is a significant amount of time compared to when you have your sleep. Barely. They will say health people say we should sleep 8 hours. So Kalora 8 hours sleep in this Lagos.
No, I think for that basically it's an average of 6 hours. If you can make 6 hours, then you're good to go. But 8 hours is recommended. But 6 hours is not bad.
Do you really? How many of us can even do the 6 hours? Sleep open eye. You know, you're looking at the alarm, you're waiting that shit time I've not reached, say I've not oversleep. So your work may be your source of self-fulfillment or happiness, but it can also cause serious mental issues. You know, mental health is something that we just take for levity, because you won't know. It's not until when you run otherwise before you know that okay, you are not mentally okay. Because most of us liking mental illness till until when someone goes to the other side of the yaba before we know that we are not okay upstairs. But then it is very vital to know that you should know how to deal with work related mental issues so that you can stay productive at work. A challenging job can often be beneficial for employees. Working to meet those challenges promotes growth and encourages resilience. However, jobs that demand too much from their employees may result in high stress that can exacerbate mental illness symptoms. When I say work that requires stress, you know, from the moment whereby you get to work, there's so much give on the table. Your boss comes in, yes ma, yes sir. Work that did not finish over the weekend, you are starting it, checking your mails. All of these are little things that cause stress. Waka about between your office and the staircase. These are little. So stress will not come to you and say I am stressed. These are little activities that will result into stress. So according to the American Psychological Association, our jobs, they say, are the second most common source of stress. Whether we like it or not, you have to take it, because I'm here to tell you the truth are nothing but the truth. So job stress are the harmful physical and emotional responses that occur when the requirements of the job do not match the capabilities, resources, and needs of the worker. It is not only Nigeria, I don't know other countries, but then I will be dwelling majorly on Nigeria and Lagosians as workers. It's only we here that we do 2 to 3 people's job. You know, we are our employees expect us to be able to what's the word? Manipulate, you know, ability to do more than one thing at this multitask, that's the English. Ability to do more than one thing at the same time. So you are literally taking 3 people's job role and you are the only one doing it. Thus, that's where the stress comes in. That is too much of workload. Like a job for 3 people, you are the only one doing the one who can't own dashi. Yes, this is where stress will set in. So demands of our career, likely coupled with insufficient funds, can lead to stress, and that has detrimental effects on our mental health. So job stress occurs when there's an imbalance between resources such as assets, skills, and demand. So as an individual, if the work stress, I won't say you should resign, but you know, you have to be the one to balance it. Because I tell people, your employer is not particular about what time you get to work. Your own job is to get the work done. They don't care. That will never increase your salary in the first place. Your job is to get it done. So for the sake of yourself, your mental health, your life, and your work health, you should make sure you balance all of these things together. So tight deadlines, increasing demands, long hours can contribute to workers feeling worried, overwhelmed, and drained. And this brings about negative challenge on your mental health. It's only in Lagos and in Nigeria that a banker will be close 7 in the evening, carry the laptop home and continue the work at home. It's never no banker. Literally every worker will continue work at home, which is not meant to be. Every work at the workplace is meant to end at the workplace. Let everything at home end at home. Let everything at work end at work. But you know, as workaholic that we are in Lagos, as the spirit, the also spirit is in us. So we're going to carry things that are meant to end at the office. We'll take it back to work. All of these are negative consequences for our mental health. So work stress also often occurs when there is a perceived imbalance between effort and reward. That is, when employees feel that they should put in a great deal of effort without adequate compensation or recognition, they may experience excessive stress and anxiety. So when job stress begins to infiltrate our personal lives and mental health is at stake. And you know, there's no boss that will agree that you're telling him, Ogami sir, I have mental health issues. They will wonder that, Kilon Debe, what's the meaning of that one? These are things that you cannot say. You cannot give a tenable excuse to your boss, because they wonder that, but this is you now. You've performed your day's activity. How come? They are just excuses that you cannot drop on the table in front of your boss on a Monday morning and say, sir, please, I have mental health issues. Your guy will say, you know, ma. But then these are little things affecting the rate at which you work. So I'll be sharing with you the impact of work on your mental health. Things like a poor working environment could negatively affect your workplace morale. This ultimately leads to things like subpar jobs performance, health issues, communication, which is very poor, and all these can result into frustration and stress. So poor mental health brought about stress in the workplace could range a serious medical condition and can lead to serious things like hypertension, diabetes, and other health conditions. In fact, brain tumor. Or the little things that when you say I have headache, when headache graduates, what does it become? It's called migraine. So all of these things are things that gradually leads to mental health issues. We'll be going on a quick break as I play you in The Walk by Samsung. When we get back, we'll be going further into what we have for you today. Don't go nowhere. It's still Lagoon Radio.
He's a church boy, Samsung. The word of God in my mouth. The spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes and offering, the name of Jesus in my mouth. He dey work, he dey work. You said he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work. People living life in a fool's paradise, living life like a toss of a dice. Brother, if you no work for your side, it don't mean what you do is a lie. Talk about my tithe and my offering. I put my tithe, put an end to the suffering. My life be turning on the own. You said turning on the own. Don't talk down on the anointing. Small talk can bring you down to nothing. What you don't understand, live it. It makes no sense to still take a stand. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We live by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth, the spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes and offering, the name of Jesus in my mouth. He dey work, he dey work. You said he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work. Keep saying, don't stop talking it. A closed mouth is a closed up destiny. Quiet Christians die quietly. If you must live right, only say the right thing. Kabaye, kabaye.
Bro, you speak in tongues.
Calm down, this is not my secret. Now the power and the glory of Christianity. When I speak in tongues, dominate circumstances. Speak in tongues, move on the mountain. When I speak in tongues, I change situations. Speak in tongues, put the devil in confusion. This is our life, our culture. We are from the Commonwealth of Zion. We live by a difference of the rules. This is what we do, and this is how we rule. The word of God in my mouth, the spirit of the Lord in my heart. When I speak in tongues, even my tithes and offering, the name of Jesus in my mouth. He dey work, he dey work. You said he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work, he dey work.
Welcome back. You're still on to the Air Chow Show here on Lagoon Radio. We'll be discussing on the topic you, your work, and your mental health. That is what we've been discussing. To join the conversation, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook is at Lagoon Radio Nigeria. On Twitter and on Instagram is at Lagoonradio.Ng. You can also download the app to listen to our live broadcast on Google Play Store, your iOS store, Lagoon Radio, and you can listen live via our website www.LagoonRadio.Ng. You can also call us on 081-8952-4666 to be a part of the show. Very quickly, we're moving on to things that affect mental health at work. So personally, you know the things that affect you at work. Don't lie to yourself. But then we'll be looking at it in-depthly on the things that affect one's mental health or that can affect your mental health at work. So some of the things that may affect your mental health in the workplace includes what I've been emphasizing on: excessive workload. A heavy workload can cause employee to burn out, and burning out or exhaustion is a common cause of mental health problem in the workplace. It can be a major barrier to making meaningful contributions in your personal and professional life. A burnout employee cannot work efficiently, and this, it will pose a threat to your employer that, oh no, this person, you're not giving your best. That's when your employer will be saying, you're not giving your best. You're not putting your best foot forward. My guy will say that. You're not putting your best foot forward. So yes, every employer expects you to put your best foot forward. They expect you to stay productive throughout your work hours. They don't expect any complaint whatsoever. But then many companies dedicate a budget to help their employees take care of their mental health. So it's your duty to ask your boss, what budget, as in what aspect is dedicated to my personal health, to my mental health. All of these questions are things that you should ask your boss. You may not pay attention to them, but then they are segmented aspects of that in your organization. Ask for that from your boss. Yes, another thing that affects your mental health is poor pay. We all know that in Lagos, in Nigeria, yes, constant pressure to make money eventually can affect your mental health, because bills is supply is more than demand. The bills are more than what you are working for. I came across a skit that someone was asking for salary advance for a new month, when salary had been paid, ending from this week, next week, you'll be expecting salaries. And someone was asking for salary advance 3 days into when salary had been paid. And your guy said, "What happened now? I've given you salary." I said, "I got it all. What happened now? Bukata look what you salary loss." So all of these are things that nearly every employee face. Even as a CEO, you are not left out. Poor pay. How many of you have salaries to yourself as a CEO? You are making money, you run a business. You should pay yourself salary, because you are the one doing the work, not your brand at that point. You should pay yourself your salary, some part of your salary, not all of your profits, but some part every month, because yes, you just have to spoil yourself and pamper yourself. When employees are unpaid and overworked, mental conditions like anxiety and depression are more likely to happen. Like I said, all of these stresses, all of this anxiety, all of this depression, you cannot go and meet your guy on a Monday morning and say, "Oga, Mr. we are depressed." So it's better you pay attention to all of these things and take heed. Another thing that affects our mental health is stigma. Mental health is still a delicate topic for many, and will continue to be. Not many people are comfortable speaking up about their personal mental health or struggles, especially with co-workers. It's not so ideal that you are comfortable with tabling issues of your life. They are not okay. But you may not find it very pleasing to table it in front of your co-workers, because it may cause stigma. They may begin to laugh at you. They begin to look at you some certain way. They begin to even tell your guy that he fits for the job. So all of these things are things that come into place when our mental health is at stake. So I'll also be sharing with you job-related health issues for you, because mental health, we've talked about your mental health, we're meant to talk about your work and your work's mental health. So what are the job-related mental health issues? Job-related stress may also be the cause of several or different mental health issues, which includes number one, anxiety. Anxiety disorders are quite common, and it affects about 18% of every adult. I will even go with that statistics or that percentage, because anxiety these are things that we cannot control. The results, they can just pour up. You can't control them. So it will definitely be more of a greater percentage in adults and even in children. It shows up as restlessness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, excess worrying during work, and all of these symptoms can affect your ability to function at your best, that is putting your best foot forward. So there are several causes of work anxiety. Some of them include sour relationship with workmates, poor job performance, meeting deadlines. Anxiety disorder can have a major negative impact on your work, because anxiety can even cause you to turn down opportunities for career advancement. When you are tense, when people will call it toxic work environment. No, let's not get it wrong. Your work environment may not be entirely toxic. It may be that you are under anxiety, you are stressed, you are worried, you're not okay. Something is wrong. So all of these things are things that surround job health related mental issues. So the next point here is depression. Anxiety will lead to depression. All of these things are stage by stage. So if the earlier you recognize that you have anxiety, the earlier you know that okay, this thing is getting, or will get to depression at some point. You find young people being depressed over what? Because they are idle, because money is not coming as it used to come in, because nobody's giving them money. And you find entrepreneurs being depressed because the clients are not coming in, they are not getting their monthly targets, things are not working the way they want it to work for them. them, and even as an employer, you're not okay with the productivity your colleagues are putting out, you're not meeting your targets as an organization. All of this can cause depression from the highest order. If your boss from the house does not have peace of mind at home, you come down at work and pass the aggression to you, the worker, on a Monday morning on days like this. So it's very important that every member of the organization is well, is ill and healthy, and is sane. So any job can play a role in depression depending on the environment and the level of support available. It's very important that some of us should know that most common causes of depression related to our environment are job insecurity, lack of balance between home and work, and a toxic work environment, as well as overwork. So when it comes to lack of balance, if, like I said, explained, it definitely affects workers outside. So it's very important that even as an employer, as an employee, as a CEO, as a boss of yourself, as a student, whomever you are, it's very important that you learn to balance work and family life so that you can put your best foot forward. Depression may also affect our ability to make decisions. It may affect our time management. It may affect our physical tasks. It may affect our social interactions, as well as how we communicate. So it's very vital to diagnose depression early so you can treat it effectively. So yes, how can you prevent mental health issues in your workplace? Once you identify these things, even in yourself, I won't tell you to go and talk to your boss, me or any mental health issue. No, there are ways to do it. There are ways to go about it. You will not storm at your colleague and say, please, are you okay? If you're not okay, please resign. No, there are ways to do all of these things. Treatments for mental health problems include: 1, when you have a mental health issue related at work, I recommend that you ask help from a professional or people close to you. Most organizations have employee assistance program. So if you feel you need more help than what is available through your employer, talk to your doctor, talk to your HR on things that are put in place for programs like this. Mental health can be treated through various platforms such as therapy, and you may also be asked to see a doctor to prescribe medications and recommend alternatives like psychotherapy. All of these things are things that are not harmful, but things that you should put in place. So coming from where we've been speaking on today, I'm sure that you've learned a lot on the show this beautiful morning. It's very important that you pay attention to your mental health. It's very important that you know things that affect you. It's very important that you put into place the stress and symptoms, like how to work on tight deadlines, how to face long hours at work. It is very important that you know that the impact of work on your mental health. So I'll be giving you a quick rundown on everything that we have discussed today before we draw the curtains on today's HR show. So yes, we said impact on your work includes poor working environment, low morale, poor mental health issues brought about by your workplace, which leads to mental medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and other health conditions. We also stated that there are so many things that affect your mental health at work, which includes excessive workload, which includes poor pay, which includes stigma, and we also stated that there are job-related mental health issues such as anxiety, and we concluded that there are more than 50% of adults who face all of these things due to restlessness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and excess worrying doing work. All of these symptoms can lead to depression, which is this is a senior sister to anxiety. So all of these things are things that you should look into and prevent, because depression can be as little as worry from job insecurity, the fear that your boss can fire you at any time because you're not being productive, the fear that you can't really balance your work and home, you're having family issues. There's no way that you won't react to your colleagues when you get to work. A toxic work environment as well will make you depressed. Lack of sales as an entrepreneur will make you depressed. Lack of clients. In fact, money is a cocoa for depression. If you don't have money in your accounts, or if you spend your salary 3 days to when it came in, is a cause for depression. So many things warrant mental health issues. It's not even only at work. So many things you may be thinking, maybe your phone, little problems can lead to anxiety and relate into depression. So moving on. We also discussed how to prevent mental health issues in your workplace. That is how you should treat it by talking to somebody. Meanwhile, when you are talking to somebody, don't talk to someone that the person's the person's mental health or so that you not turn to another thing, or person will not shout at you. Someone that that has been reserved for a while, and you're going to carry your own problem and meet him. That kind of person may not have the perfect solution for you for your mental health. So meet people that you feel you are accessible, people that you feel you can talk to as well, and ask your organizations for their assistance program on mental health. Also, before I give you Abhishek, I can share with you now my final thoughts. So I'll be sharing with you 10 things you can do for your mental health. I promise that if you try these tips, they'll help you keep your balance and rebalance yourself. The first thing you should do as an individual, we've talked about your work, we've talked about your mental health issues. Now we are talking about you in question, you as a human being, you in particular. Do you value yourself, or how well do you value yourself? Treat yourself with kindness and respect, and avoid self-criticism. Make time for your hobbies, your favorite project, and broaden your horizon. Don't make work your, number one. I don't know if you're going to place family, work, and your life. How will you place it? Family in the other, family, work, and your life. How will you place it?
My life comes first, really. Life comes first, then family and work.
That is how the order should be, actually. Because if you sit down in true sense, your employer is not paying money for your life. I tell every entrepreneur, I tell every organization, I tell every individual, in as much as you love your job, because that is what will give you passion. If you don't have passion for the work you're doing, you definitely get tired. You will burn out on the long run. So it's very important that you love your job, but don't place your job over every other aspect of your life. Value yourself. That is important, and that is the essence of what I'm talking about. Take care of your body. There's this word she advised to say, but I can't get it. Something about body. I'll come back to that. But in essence, take care of your body. Take care of yourself physically can improve your mental health. Be sure to eat nutritious meals, drink plenty of water, exercise as much as you can. Don't just go to the gym and take pictures. Exercise, In fact, if you don't have money for gym, stay in your house and do sit-up, do frog jump, do everything. Just make sure you keep fit, because it helps to decrease anxiety and depression, improve your moods, and get enough sleep. And you sleep in any cocoa is very important, because someone that doesn't sleep well in the morning, if you're going to enter bus to work, it's probably that you lash out on the conductor, or the first person you see when you get to work, because you did not sleep well. So it's very important that even from the home, everything should be set, everything should be balanced. The third thing is for you to surround yourself with good people. People with strong family or social connections are generally healthier than those who lack support network. So make plans with supportive friends and family members, and seek out activities where you can meet new people. So it's very important. They said if you're not a good company corrupts good manners. So a bad company corrupts good manners. So surround yourself with positive minds, people that will encourage you, and they will not say, "Oh yes, don't do it, Joe." How many things don't do at the same time? Make sure you can do it. Surround yourself with positive minds, people that will encourage you, with good people. Also, give yourself time. Volunteer your time and energy to help someone else, because by the time you feel like your own ishoro is plenty, you hear someone's ishoro that is more than your own. Because that ishoro that wants to make you go into depression, that ishoro that wants to give you high blood pressure. By the time you hear someone's story, you say, if you know that you are still learning work, you need to drink water and calm down on yourself. So it's very important that we know that our problems are not as big as what others are facing. So when you feel like you have that big problem, know that, have it at the back of your mind that someone's problem outweighs what you feel like is your own biggest problem in life. So always have this at the back of your mind. This alone it brings succor to the mind. It brings you for combale, peace of mind, that you know that, okay, your problem is not the biggest and greatest in life. You will feel good about doing things tangible to help someone in need, and it's a great way of meeting people. So the fifth tip is for you to learn how to deal with stress. Yes, many individuals, many Lagosians, they don't know how to deal with stress. Personally, if my mom should wake up in the morning, Jamnoju wake up, announce, and we will shout and say, "Hey, de farabale, do have high blood pressure, calm down." So all of these things are little pet peeves, little things that will make you angry easily. So learn how to deal with stress. Whether we like it or not, stress is a part of our daily life. I don't need to go daily life, but then we have to call a spade a spade. It's a part of life. So you should practice good coping skills. Try writing journals as much as you need to, because it's a stress reducer. If you have to-do lists, things that make you, keep at your daily tasks, you can have it. If you need journals, you can have it. All of these things are just aids to make you live a better life. Also remember to smile, because there's a great part of smile that can bless the day of another person, or they can increase the mood of another person, because you don't know what everyone is thinking. Anyone sitting down can, in 5 seconds can switch to another kind of person. So it's very important that your smile can bring can be an encouragement to another person and see you more in life. Research shows that laughter boosts your immune system, it eases pain and relaxes your body, and also it reduces stress. Let me hear you be laughing. Be laughing now. Laugh now, smile. Jesus loves you. It reduces pain. You know what I'm talking about. Also, another thing is for you to make your mind quiet your mind. Try meditating, practice mindfulness, and pray. Relaxation exercises can also improve your state of mind and outlook in life. Try to have personal time. Like I tell people, it's not for instance, on a weekend, it's not every time you wake up from bed, you stand up from bed. Try to relax, try to feel at home, try to feel like you don't even have worries. Like, okay, me tell you, walk parami. Like, try to meditate, practice mindfulness, relax, because man. So moving on to the next tip, set realistic goals for yourself. As Lagosians, as Nigerians, our goals are usually more than what you think you can achieve. Yes, you should set goals, but decide what you want to achieve academically, professionally, personally, career-wise, and write all of these steps down so that you are not aiming too high and you are realistic, so that you don't overschedule yourself. You will enjoy a tremendous sense of accomplishment and self-worth as you progress towards your goals, because you have to set smart goals that are specific, goals that are measurable, goals that are achievable, goals that are realistic, and goals that are time-bound. So all of these things are ways you can set realistic goals. You should also break up the monotony. Although our work makes us more efficient and enhances our feelings of security and safety, but a little change of pace can pack up a tremendous schedule. Learn to change your environment, learn to go out on vacations, take time out, have fun, Don't let your social life be boring. Don't put an end to your social life because you're a career person. Don't put an end to your family time because you're a career woman. Please and please. All these, career woman things, let there be a definition to it. Don't let work outweigh other aspects of your life. Finally, you should get help when you need it. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Let's not see seeking help as weakness. My mom will say, whatever you don't know, ask somebody. It's a food that we follow one way, or they will say follow no road, because you will not die. It's not a sign of weakness, it's just a sign of your strength. And funny thing is, when you ask for help, you are off it. It's the person that does not want to ask for help that will die in that issue road, that with that problem. So it's very important that you should remember that treatment is effective. People who get appropriate care can recover from mental illness and addiction, as well as they can relive a rewarding life. So on this note, we'll be calling it a wrap here and now on today's episode of the HR Show, You, Your Work, and Your Mental Health. I hope with these 3 points of mind, I've been able to educate you, I've been able to inform you, and not to confuse you on the importance that, you need to keep a healthy lifestyle. You need to make sure your mental health is intact. You need to make sure that your work life is on point. You make sure that you as an individual, you are 100% effective and efficient at work. So meet again same time next week Monday from the hours of 10:45 till 11 on the show. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook is at Lagoonradio.Nigeria. On Twitter and on Instagram is at Lagoonradio.Ng. My name is Olumakaiye. See you next week.
bills won't pay themselves, so I hit the shower. Gotta be at the job in less than an hour. Shirt gets a smell test, make sure it's got a collar. Pack up my lunch, cause I only got $1. Healthy breakfast for the kids, oops, changed my shirt. Pinky waves for all, then it's off to work. U-turn, coming back for a minute. Left my briefcase in the closet and there's paperwork in it. Now I'm sitting in traffic, this commute perturbs. Why'd I get a job downtown and buy a house in the burbs? I pull into the lot, got my coffee, I'm ready. Keep eyes downcast, get past Chatty Betty. Sit down at my desk, now I'm ready to go. Man, I may not be the boss or the CEO, but there's a couple of things that I think you ought to know. I'll only surf the web for a minute or so, and I won't complain that the internet is slow, cause when you hired me, man, you hired a pro. I gotta
get that bacon and bring it home. This desk chair is as good as a throne. Nose to the grindstone, work my fingers to the bone. Watch me work it out, memo says I'm in the zone. I may not be the MVP, but I work well with others, even Grumpy Steve. Stop by my cubicle and I think you'll agree, there's no one up in here working harder than me.
Grousing, griping, I guess I could be grumbling. The job ain't always fun, there's people always bumbling. The only thing jamming some days is the printer. They keep it so cold up in here, it's always winter. Burnt the popcorn again, the smell fills the building. Overlap or near, but hey man, I'm chilling as I calmly reload the paper in the copier 10th time today. These peeps can't be much sloppier. Meetings, these things can be a beating. The same things over and over, repeating. But I'm listening well with my paper and pen. Good eye contact, keep the doodles to a minimum. Whatever they throw at me, I'll handle it. Computer stops working again, I dismantle it, cause I'm a team player. I think outside the square, I don't raise the roof, I raise the value of our shares. When my task list stack into the ozone layer, it may take some work. Colleague, I ain't scared, watch out, I'm shutting down solitaire. Get down, step back, about to get busy up in here.
Won't catch me slacking, just check that flag. I'll steal from the office and that's a fact. One time I took a stapler, but I brought it back. I'm working real hard, making sure we're in the black. If you work hard, you're just like me. Facebook and Twitter really on your screen. Ain't got no fortune like a king or a queen. Gotta take care of business, gotta make that green.
Can you fill those out for me in triplicate?